Hey, this is Gareth and Bruce. This is our first attempt at a podcast.
We just don't know where it's gonna go.
You got more of the gruff voice. I got more of the
Soft and feminine voice.
screw you.
Hey.
Hey.
I don't know, I felt a little snobby when we hit 10 episodes. Okay, that's an interesting question. The two of us can be Vin Diesel. Gareth can drive like him. And I can
You
look
can
like
look
him.
Welcome to Spaghetti Junction. My name is Gareth,
My name is Bruce.
and we talk about things. We just don't know where they're gonna
go.
go. Hello and welcome.
Wow.
I don't know what that was.
I don't know what that was.
Hello and welcome. Hello, welcome to Spaghetti Junction podcast. My name is Gareth.
My name is Bruce.
We like to talk about things. Don't.
Also don't
Know where they're gonna go. This episode is sponsored in part by Blue Fanta. What the Fanta? Actually, they're not. They should be.
It's Gareth's new favorite interesting drink.
Yeah, I'm still doing it. I mean, I think I'm going to stop soon because I'm having so much sugar. But I like it.
Watch episode 86 for Bruce's first experience popping his Blue Fanta cherry live on the
Sounds
podcast.
so bad.
I know.
Because cherries aren't normally blue, but okay.
Yes. Unless they're really cold. Sorry.
On that note, that's the episode over.
I've really got to think before I speak. Anyway.
Well, sometimes. So, anyways, I wanted to bring up two things.
Oh dear.
I can only remember the first thing.
So you're basically going to bring
I was
up
bringing one thing. Exactly. Okay.
I'm waiting.
So this is how certain people lost their shit, and I think that they have got so much time on their hands. They've got issues. So, Disney brought up the new Little Mermaid, but she's black.
Ooh, yes.
People lost their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Lord of the Rings. There's a new series on Paramount.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not Paramount. It's
Amazon.
Amazon. Thank you very much. And there were characters in this one which are black,
Mm-hmm.
and people lost their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, bear in mind, okay, if you really want to get like this whole color thing down, these black characters are not. Stop smiling at the screen. What are you looking at?
You're clipping. I'm bringing you down a little
Oh, I'm
bit.
talking to you. I don't want to talk. Okay. Well, when you finish, let me know.
I'm done. There we go. Carry on.
Okay. So, where I was going with this. They're not like the main actors. They're not even in the main troupe. Okay.
Right, they're just like they're.
They are.
I saw something about it. They're like a group of like a tribe or
No. Don't get excited.
Okay.
It's possible. You probably read more than I did. All I know is that they are characters such as, okay, I'm not going to get it right, but they basically are little characters, like an elf or like a troll. You know, it's not like groundbreaking.
Mm.
So for goodness sakes, if that's what they're going to lose their crap about on such small characters, which then begs the question, so they're bringing in characters of different colors, if you really want to get funny, but they've only made them into like a little troll on the side of the road kind of thing. You know, we could go that direction, but we're not going to go that direction. These people went that direction just because they happen to bring in characters of different colors. And someone said it so well. I can't remember the word they used, so I'm not going to say it so well as they said it so well. But it was just basically people are losing their shit on a make-up piece of world that doesn't even exist. You're losing your crap over fantasy characters.
Yeah. No, it's a thing.
And it's like, if you use that energy to the betterment of humanity, if you use that energy to make noise and to make how do you want to know what I want to say but I can't find it? You know, if you really want to have a go, for example, at government on stuff that needs to be changed, channel that inner ogre, that inner troll, and actually use that for good.
Yeah.
But no, you rather sit in your mum's basement and write no, but there's been horrible hate. It's been ridiculously bad. They've gone on chat site and they've gotten onto the sites linked with Amazon, and they have found the cast name somehow and they've sent them hate mail. It's so bad. It's stupid.
Do people have an issue with the fact that these characters are just sort of the side characters, not really main?
No, that was I thought if there was going to be a big issue, that's a possibility.
Yes.
That was just my thinking. No. It's because they're black. Not because they're only like an ogre or like a little troll.
Okay.
No, they are apeshit about them because they're black. And Tolkien would never have written.
Oh, so it's okay. So it's hardcore Tolkien fans who are going and
it's a race.
They would never even.
Tolkien would never ever have written in a black character. So now now them bringing black characters in is now defacing what Tolkien really wanted, and it's blasphemy.
I don't think Tolkien wrote anything about the Rings of Power either. He just he wrote the Rings of Power as a story. I don't think it's part of Tolkien.
It's all part of Tolkien.
Yeah, but he never wrote a book. He never wrote one of his books called The Rings of Power, did he? He just wrote The Lord of the Rings, but didn't go into. I don't know.
You don't know, Bruce. That's okay. We don't have to dive into it all the way right now. It was supposed to be a small topic. The point being, people have just got absolute issues, and I don't understand. And also because, Ariel, the Little Mermaid, she was white and she had red hair. So how dare you bring in someone who's black? It has actually made the character more relatable to another section of of young girls that didn't relate or don't. There was a article linked with it about how the black character has actually made it more relatable now to to young black girls, because now they're saying that wow,
okay,
you look like us, and again that was just something fresh. Like I think it's great. Whatever, you don't have to be stuck down. I mean, what's going to happen when there's a black James Bond one day? Are people going to lose their shit?
Well, they've been talking about that for ages.
And unfortunately, Idris Elba won't take the role because he doesn't want to be seen as he doesn't want to be labeled as the first black James Bond. He wants to be seen as James Bond.
He's actually quite sick of everyone talking about him being James Bond.
I would imagine so.
He's like, you know what? Shut up about it.
Exactly. It's over. It's done with.
You know what? And if Idris Elba tells me to shut up, I'm going to shut the hell up.
Oh, trust me, I'm done. I'm reversing back back into the next town kind of thing. Yeah.
He would have been cool though as a James Bond.
He would have been freaking brilliant, dude.
He would have been fantastic.
I think we would have been one of the best, really.
Yeah, he's got a great presence on screen. He's a fantastic actor.
He is.
Skin color aside, I don't care.
Exactly.
He's great freaking
exactly.
Actor. Yeah, well.
To me, he's a James Bond, but again, color and nonsense like that.
Anyway, whatever.
So I appreciate that I could bring in. So it was just not irritating me, but like I wanted to bring it up because it's like, come on, people.
Yeah.
There's so much more to life than losing your shit about different colors in different movie settings. That's.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Everyone's a keyboard warrior.
I like that.
Oh, haven't you ever heard that before?
No, a keyboard warrior.
Keyboard warrior. Yeah, you sit on your laptop in the comfort of your. No one can punch you in the face, and you can write whatever you like.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yes. Well, I'm sure people who listen to us aren't like that. We've got nice people who listen to us.
Yeah, and write nice comments about me.
Actually, Bruce did get one or two. Some people find you funny. And we have the problem where we don't find you funny. Well, I don't find you funny. You try. When you don't try, actually, you do it pretty well.
Yet another example of how we don't agree on things and still remain friends.
Nah, you're pretty funny at times.
I think I'm damn funny.
But it's good to hear from outside people.
Yes, outside validation.
Outside validation is...
Not me saying it.
Because you don't get validation from my side.
No.
We've worked that out.
I have to self-validate.
You
I
do.
have to stand in front of the mirror every morning.
And just pump that self-validation.
That's it. And listen to David Goggins in the background.
As long as
Stay hard!
As long as it's not old it's Mr. Tate. Then I'm okay with that. Well, what does he always say?
I don't know. He says
He
a
has
lot
that
of things.
little. Yeah, okay, yeah, true. We're not going to talk about him because we know he's very. What's it? Edgy, right? He's very topical right now, and me and Bruce know where we stand with him. So
I've learned that that's what I do. I stand in the mirror and I tell myself that I'm a top G.
that was what I was thinking about. Top G.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, we won't talk about him anymore
Nah,
because our podcast might be what's it called?
Cancelled.
Cancelled. Everything's cancelled right now, bro. Yes, that was a weird intro, but
That was a cool one. I like it.
thank you. Yeah, I'm done talking about. Oh, and then, okay, I'll say
you
this.
thought about the second thing.
I did actually,
Oh,
but I won't go into this. I'll just drop a little pearl, and you want to go search afterwards later, then you can look into the cast of Scooby Doo. You know Scooby Doo. Scooby Doo.
jeez, like clip my microphone.
You
Here
did,
I am
Bruce.
complaining about you.
Yeah. So think of the Scooby Doo group. You know, all
Yeah.
of them in the van.
I don't.
One of the characters has changed their sexuality. And I will leave that for everybody else to look at, so we don't have to talk about it on this website, on this podcast, so we don't get banned because, yeah. So in your own time,
Okay, I'll go look at that.
go look at it later, guys, and yeah, it's just a side thing. I don't really care either way, but yeah, Scooby Doo has now changed.
All right.
Not himself personally, but someone in the crew has changed. Yeah, which was supposedly years in the making. So.
How convenient that it's just happened now.
Hey, cheers to them all. All love, no hate. And you have problems, then channel yourself to the good. Yes, Bruce. You wanted to talk about this, actually. So the last two episodes have been from your side, which I must say,
Yeah,
I
geez.
thank you for that.
I know.
Because I'm so tired of carrying us for the last 86 episodes. My back's sore.
Jeez. A word.
No, I'm kidding.
Wow.
You do. I'm sorry, that's hurtful.
But-
I apologize. That was hurtful.
The thing is, you do have a talent.
You don't have to validate me.
But I
But
want
you can
to.
carry on, yes.
You do have a talent.
No, I'm kidding.
For really thinking of interesting topics that I would never
But-
have thought of. So thank you.
Well, like, wow. I don't know what to say right now.
That's a moment of sincerity.
Sincerity.
Take a photo.
Is Nick coming
It's
back
a
again?
Kodak moment right there. Take a photo. It'll last. Yeah, take a photo. It'll last longer. I don't remember what line that's from.
Oh, my new camera.
It's from a movie. But talking about your new camera.
Yes, but I'm just kidding. You do bring, when you do bring stuff, they have,
Bring the thunder.
they have, I was gonna, for some reason, I was going to say they bring depravity, but that's not what I was thinking of.
Well,
Gravity. They bring
Bring-
gravity.
substance.
Well,
Gravitas.
let's not talk about you in substance. That happened like 5 years ago, and you were only in prison. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Eh? Substance? No, he hasn't been. One ever has. Us has been, but it's not Bruce.
Oh, so.
Talking about cameras.
So so I suggested that one of our topics, a bit of a lighter topic, would be to just have a chat about creativity and art, and the fact that Gareth and I are both creatives in our own right. You know, that's how we sort of connected first when we first met. We were like, flip, you play guitar, I play guitar, you're a songwriter, you're a singer, kind of thing, and we just connected over music. I remember that's
Yes.
how we first.
Agreed.
And we just sat and we just chatted about music. You knew of people.
Yeah, it was ages, eh?
Yeah, you knew of people that I didn't know about, and I meant
And vice versa.
and that kind of thing. Yeah,
Yeah, we spoke for a long time.
we did.
Was it like on the steps or we
Greenside High School.
sat somewhere and chatted? Oh, yeah, Greenside back in the day.
It was the year after I'd left Greenside High School, and I was involved at Living Word Church where you were.
Yeah.
And we came back to do something as like a youth outreach with the SCA.
With the SCA.
Because I joined the SCA.
We worked with the SCA, that's right.
I was in the SCA in sort of matric, and then got involved. It was because of that SCA that I got involved with Living Word,
No ways.
and that's how you and I.
SCA, I remember that.
Yeah,
SCA.
that's it. And yeah, and then I'd sort of just gotten into playing guitar that year, and sort of slowly getting interested in, started playing at church and that kind of thing. And I think you had already been involved, but you were drumming more than anything else. But you were playing acoustic guitar, and you were trying the songwriting thing and all of that. And then, I went the guitar playing route full on.
That's right.
And then, we did a youth band together. And then the original band,
2040 South.
2040 South.
I personally thought that was one of the best names ever.
Was very cool. So we can say that. We can talk about the explanation.
Of course.
Yeah. So, 2040 South. It was we were all the band members were between the 20 and 40 degrees latitude south of the equator. So from South Africa, New Zealand, and Australia. Because you were originally New Zealand. Then myself and Rowan and Mary were
across. Yes, exactly.
Rowan and Mary was from South Africa, and Jamie
was from Australia.
Was from Australia.
I thought it was quite a cool name.
Yeah, it was a good
2040 South. That was fun. I remember our youth days. I remember very clearly when you got an EBO, and it was the shit. I think all of us that's lost, like every song we did, I wanted the EBO, and you loved it.
I haven't used it for ages. I've still got it, but
that was such a cool thing.
It is cool.
Now, an EBO, for people who don't know, is electronic bow, basically.
Yeah,
but
basically,
explain it better.
Through a magnetic field, it drives the string of an electric guitar and interacts with the pickups, and you get these weird, these infinitely sustained notes.
Yeah.
This very ethereal sound and stuff like
ethereal.
that. A good example would be "With or Without You" by U2. All of those high single notes. That's all EBO. So that's a good example if people want to go and listen to a song where the EBO is.
Is that what he uses?
That's the EBO, yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Correct. That's what he uses.
I thought it was just like him.
No, listen to those notes. They're continuously sustained.
Now it makes it even cooler.
Yeah.
No ways. Do you remember the song we did? We played it to not to death. It was one of our deep ones. The one from
our favorite band that we used to play all their songs.
Yes, I can't remember the name.
Delirious.
I
can't remember the song.
And we did that. And My Heart Burns for You. And you used it throughout the whole song.
What's the song's title?
It was so good.
Remember.
Obsession.
Oh, I remember Deeper. Remember Deeper?
Oh, yeah. Yes, I do. Going deeper. Deeper.
Yeah. I don't want to go. I can't remember. I've
still got that. I want to go
album.
deep. Do you?
I've got it on CD. Yeah.
I must actually listen to it again on Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had fun, and that EBO was magic.
Yeah.
I still love it.
Yeah.
But I remember when you first played it, I was like, huh.
Yeah.
We got to use this everywhere we can.
I used it in church. I used it in the youth band. It was cool. I used to have Pride of Place on my amp. I always used to grab it.
Grab it and play.
So fast forward to 2022, and
we didn't bring in, sorry, this is just a quick thing, with our more of our youth band kind of thing. That's when we also had Brendan playing as well.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
Sorry, Brendan.
He was part of our crew as well.
Yes.
Very good. Carry on. Fast forward.
Yeah. Fast forward quite a few years later, and we're still friends, even though we don't agree on stuff.
That's what makes friends, actually. You don't have to believe in the same thing.
And sort of then when you suggested the podcast, that's then when we started working creatively together again, because we haven't really done too much together, kind of been on our own parts.
Mm-hmm.
And then you said, let's do a podcast. And now we're heading in different creative directions again with our own personal stuff. So I never thought that you'd be buying a camera.
No.
and getting. I always knew though that you did have a period of time where you were doing filming and editing and that kind of.
That's right. That was quite a long time ago, but yes.
Yeah, you were in. I think it was when we were at His People.
Yes, and I was working with Joel.
With Joel, yes, and you guys were doing a lot of camera stuff and all of that. Yeah,
Awesome.
yeah, and then with me, what I've now been doing for this year is getting into composing for picture.
That's right.
And that is definitely a path that I didn't even think of.
No, I wouldn't.
Like, I'm kind of kicking myself. I'm like, why the hell didn't you think of doing this? Until a friend of mine, also in New Zealand, said, hey, do you want to collaborate and write music for stuff that I want to film? And I went, oh, wow, that sounds amazing. Yes, of course.
Yeah. For sure.
It's like, okay.
Yeah, so we're talking about my camera. Look, dude, if I wasn't going to New Zealand, I wouldn't be going this avenue. So I'm so grateful. One, to a previous episode, I'm thankful. One reason why. Look, I will miss the country, but there's some that I won't. Anyways, so because I'm going to New Zealand, I just had this mode of like, hold on, I'm going there. No one knows me. It's a new start. I can do new things.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
It's in a country where I have a lot of opportunities that I don't have here.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason I went, hold on, let me get a camera. So I get one on special, very nice one, a Canon 600D, for people who know their stuff. And it came with the like basic lens. I won't get what it is. Sorry, I don't remember it. And then I think when I got it, I think I was also and one of the reasons why. So yes, for the photography, but I think one of the main reasons why I got it, because I want to vlog.
Yeah.
And so what's this like middle 40-year-old mid-age doing around vlogging? I'm like, you know what? I'm creative.
Yeah.
It brings me joy.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm in New Zealand, away from people, there will be days that are shitty. At least I can get myself up and I can go and take photographs and I can vlog.
Yeah.
So I managed to get a really nice lens. I picked it up yesterday. It's a 10 to 18 millimeter, and I mean, you saw it.
It's a proper vlogging lens. Which
Yeah,
is really,
you see
which is what you want.
an expanse like
Very
it's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I never thought I could sit down and say, I just bought a camera and now I'm excited about a lens because I can go out and vlog. I'm going to go out. I mean, there's so much good stuff which you can visit out there. Nature, just amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go do that.
Yeah.
I'll do a vlogging channel. I'm sure we'll talk about it whenever it happens next year. And also then what came out of that, all of a sudden I remembered my passion that I had. Not remembered. My passion renewed itself from when I was doing that filming stuff.
Right.
Because that also made me happy, and I know that I can do it, and I'm good at it. Yes, I need to get back into it, so I'm not good enough right now. That's how you get back into it. You get back on the bike, so to speak.
Yeah.
So I'm going to be I'm working on a documentary. That's as much as I'm going to say. And then my goal is within 2 years that I'm there, my goal is to have some form of filming company business little thing going on that I can get out on the weekends and I can do it. Maybe one day it'll expand and get into something that I can say that's my job.
Yeah.
And that's my goal.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, it's and yeah. I mean, we've already gone out.
It's just so nice to be able to be creative again.
Yeah, it is. It feels great. So you kind of it's like a new purpose, and
yeah, exactly.
I'm always of the belief that
You're big about purpose.
Yeah, especially for men.
Yes, because
Men are happiest on their purpose.
Oh, okay. Okay, carry on. I'm not saying anything.
Well, I know that I'm happiest when I know that I have a purpose.
I think everybody is. I don't think it's a man thing. Everyone likes to have a purpose.
I think it's a man thing, but that's just me.
Yeah, that's just Bruce. Carry on. Carry on.
And yeah, I mean, just from a couple of times we've gone out to taking photos.
We did.
I mean, I enjoy photography.
And you really helped me a lot.
I'm still very much an amateur, but I was able to give you a couple of pointers and that kind of thing. I just wish it would be nice to not get busted. Thanks, Monte Cassino.
We went to Monte Cassino and wondered, which is like a very big It's a very big indoor mall with gambling in the middle.
It's it's all in a Tuscan town
Yeah, it's very
style.
nice.
It's very cool. It's very well done.
Although my thing was whatever time you get there, you don't know if it's morning or night. It's just completely.
Yeah, because it's like it's in the evening anytime.
It's in the evening the whole time there. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So yes, we went there and then we got stopped.
The problem is that, and I was bitterly disappointed because I've been to Monty a couple
You
of
were.
times
I could see.
to take photos. I've never had issues. Because at shopping malls and stuff like that, you can't take photos because it's private property, and you get asked to stop. And we actually got asked to stop taking photos at Monty, and I was mortified
Mortified.
because I've gotten
darling.
because in the past I've gotten some really really cool photos at Monty, just very cool stuff. So I was
Look, I have to admit to you, when we went to the photos and stuff at Emerencio, which is a big dam, the one photo I actually did like, but I said I didn't think it was going to be good, so I laughed. The one, and it's the most random one. When you took a picture of that piece of newspaper, at first I was like, so I just gave you a hard time. Actually, it was pretty good.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't know what you can do with it ever. I wouldn't frame a piece of newspaper, but the shot was really good.
exactly, and that's what it is, and that's
was really
now, that now gets us into the chat just about general creativity.
Yes.
It's like, yes, I like that photo too. I don't know what it's saying, but there's something there that grabs you. You can't put your finger on it,
Yeah.
but it's like, that's it. That I can see it. I don't know what it is, but I can see it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. And that to me, especially when it comes to photography, I personally like a photo that tells some sort of story.
Yes, it has to.
It has to. You know, you can't. And like we said to you before, no amount of gear can give you the right photo.
Yes,
it's
right.
it's your eye. It's your understanding of what you're looking at.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's sometimes just putting something in the right place in a photo just works.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just like you took the photo of my camera
Yeah.
on the ground in there.
With your help.
Exactly, but
it
look
looked
at how
good.
nicely it came out.
No,
I
it
was
did,
freaking
it
impressed. I mean, I don't get. It was like a product photography project kind of thing, you know.
Yeah. No.
That was very cool. And yeah, like I showed, just with understanding a couple of principles, because I hate calling these things rules, more like guidelines. I don't, when it comes to music theory, also I don't like to think of music theory as rules, but there are parameters, and if you operate within those parameters, you can come close to something of quality.
For sure.
Whether it's a basic song, a basic chord progression, or placing things in a photo. You know, and if you just follow those little principles, you can get things right.
Yeah.
But then again, if you understand in a way how you can break those principles in a cool way, you can get something completely
I know.
different.
I read the whole thing about it and blah blah blah. But you also don't have to follow the rules. I'm like, so I read a whole article to be told right at the end.
Yeah.
But I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Because a lot of times it's I'll tell you this, in a couple of in some series and stuff like that are sort of a little bit left of normal, and I watch them breaking the rules in filming their shots, and I'm like, that's completely against everything, but man, it works.
Exactly.
So, you know, that's the thing, and look at the rules that are broken in music, or those principles that are broken in music.
Sure.
We wouldn't have half the music if those boundaries weren't pushed or completely just broken out of.
Yeah.
And that kind of thing. So yeah, and that's what I'm enjoying so much about doing the composing stuff, because now firstly I'm loving not writing music on a guitar.
What do you use for your composing stuff?
I've got my MIDI keyboard.
A MIDI keyboard.
Yeah, and so I'm kind of more a slightly more of a pianist.
I like how you show what a
Yeah.
pianist looks like.
A pianist sort of mindset and learning basic chord shapes and that kind of thing. But then also I've got the music theory, but then a lot of times I'll almost be fumbling around in the dark. Like I'm not too sure what I'm doing.
Sorry.
Listen to episode 86 if you want that reference.
Yeah. Carry on. I hope it is 86.
It is.
Okay. Carry on.
And suddenly, hitting on hitting on a couple of notes that I don't even know if they belong to the scale. But man alive, they give me that feeling that I'm looking for. Like, oh, I like that. Those are the notes. They work. I'm like, okay, cool. I've got that. Now I need to work around that. What am I playing? Now I can kind of use the rules and the knowledge to go, okay, cool. This is what I can put with them in order to expand it into a piece of music. And does that give me the feeling that I'm looking for?
Yeah.
You know, am I, you know, does it convey the feeling of the clip that I'm looking at? You know, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Or does it? Or doesn't it? You know? So,
I mean, it's what you're saying about chords and so forth. Like, I'm not a huge fan of dance music. You know, like I mean, but I mean, with me, you know, I listen to
everything
across the board, yeah. So I'm not a huge fan of dance stuff, but I've been listening to, like, okay, so when I'm at work, you know, I've got Spotify running the whole time,
right?
And then like you know, and then I'll have a mix of, like, you know, vibes, blah blah blah, whatever it is, or I'll be listening to one or two songs, and then it makes a playlist based on that,
right?
And then there's this dance stuff going on I don't like, but as I'm about to stop, they do like a chord progression that doesn't make it. Just, I can't explain the feeling. It just slides, and I'm like, oh. Okay, and then I'll end up playing that song 3 or 4 times looped.
Yeah, just
right
you.
in the beginning I didn't like it at all.
Yeah.
But what they did with the music and the chord progression, and like how it's just music. The one thing why, okay, there's many reasons why I like music, but music is the universal language.
Definitely,
it's the only language that's universal, because you can go anywhere, and whatever style of music you bring across, even if you're not in the same culture, you just bring in the right feel.
What I love about music is the fact that music written on a page, you know, you bring in a violinist from Vietnam and you bring in a cello player from Ukraine. They can't speak a word of each other's languages. You put the music in front of them. If they're competent, they can play through it, and they can actually play together. And that always blows my mind. And that's what I love.
That's what the Kifnis did.
Yeah.
Now, the Kifnis, for people who don't know the Kifnis, it's a random character.
He's funny, yeah. Yes, he's so good at what he does. Like.
Yeah, and musically, he's very good.
Brilliant.
So he took one song. He took the cat. I can't remember the name of the cat. Because meow, 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 meow.
Yes, that's it.
So he took that track, made music from it.
Yes.
But then what happened was it took off so well. I think it ended up on TikTok. And what happened is it went so big universally. All of a sudden now this cat has gone worldwide.
Right.
What happened was then there was a collab from this video, and then it's almost exactly what happened, unless you read it. But what you said was the exact same thing. There was a violinist, there was a celloist, there was a pianist, and they had never met.
Yeah.
But they managed to feel each other so incredibly.
Yeah.
And I won't lie, it brought me a few tears. I'm thinking, like, how am I feeling emotion from a cat? But just the fact that people who've never met each other anywhere, they managed to actually feel each other to the point where it was just a whole piece. It was incredible.
Yeah, and the fact that with music, you know, if you have an understanding of just the 12 notes that it's only 12 notes. That's all it is.
Yeah,
that's all music is.
Yeah.
It's 12 freaking notes.
Yeah,
and whatever the Kifnis developed was 12 of those notes, and then you had all of those other musicians who understood what notes were being played, and they're like, oh, well, if he's playing that, then I can do this.
Yeah.
And then the piano player goes, oh, okay, if he's doing that, oh, I can put this chord progression to it, and before you know it, you get that. It's like it's like okay. So here, let me ask you this question as a songwriter. When I know you haven't really written a lot of
for
songs
so long.
Okay,
dude. But okay.
Like, if I was to ask you about your creative process, did you sort of have a sort of a formula where you would would lyrics come to you first,
It's
or would melody, or would a chord progression inspire you, or was it a mishmash of whatever inspired you?
I mean, it wasn't always the same, but I think the majority, if you're going to say more than not, it would normally come, I would normally have, it would be it would be very close, but I would normally go in knowing what I wanted to write the song about.
Okay.
I wouldn't just walk in and say, I want to play something. Yeah. I need to know why am I writing this song?
Okay.
Why am I actually going to sit down, and I just don't want to waste time. So what am I doing my time for?
Okay.
And then I had the idea. Then I might write notes. What I would normally do is I would have a melody in my head. Then I would have to sit down with the guitar and try and work out where that melody was.
Right.
So where the melody was, now I'm trying to fit my words over that melody. But at times I would go in and I would write a whole song first. Then I would have to then try and work out from the emotion of the song where would the chords go. So it wouldn't always be the same. But I think if you're going to say one that was more the majority than the minority, it would probably be I would know the song that I would want to do, and I would have some form of melody, and everything would just kind of fall into there. But I would normally want to know why I'm writing a song.
Yeah.
I just won't write because I want to write a piece of music. Right. If I don't relate to anything, I'm not going to write a song because I don't. Yeah.
I get you. No, it's very interesting because every songwriter's way of working is different.
Yeah.
You know, you just like I must say I've there's a couple of pieces that I've kind of developed one of them into a little bit of a 2-minute thing, but a lot of times what will happen is that I'll go in to teach at the shop, and I will tune my guitar, and then I'll just start playing for a little bit, and inevitably something comes out. And you're like, "Ooh, that was unexpected." Grab the phone, record it because otherwise I'm gonna forget it. And that's the one piece kind of turned out quite nicely. I was kind of moving one C chord. If you take your C chord, you can actually move it around the fretboard in quite a few places, and it was all sounding pretty nice and conventional until I hit on one movement. I was like, whoa.
Don't forget.
You know, that whole Chris Pratt meme. You know, that was my face when I was like, as soon as I heard that, I'm like, that's it. There it is.
Sure.
And it ended up being quite an interesting little piece. So,
yeah, and it's very much also like with what I'm moving into filming and stuff. You know, for example, long term, maybe I'll be doing more democracies, more documentaries.
We need more democracy.
We do, actually. I'm not going to go for the democracies. I'm just an artist. So I would have to feel the topic before I actually went and did it. Because so, for example, we were talking about photography. If I would have to choose one style, it would be people. I feel I have I have a lot of empathy in me.
You do. Yeah.
So to film, for example, a documentary, it would need to be something that I could not relate. I don't have to relate to it, but I can have some understanding or some empathy towards what the documentary is going to be about.
I get you.
So I think for me in filming and photography and music, if I don't feel any empathy, if I don't feel any link to what the topic is, I don't think I'll do it.
Okay.
Which might block me off from things, but unless it's worth a few million. But in general, I need to feel inspired. I need to feel drawn in. I need to feel relatable. Otherwise,
then you
I can't do it.
Then you're going to do your best.
Exactly.
To bring that story out or whatever. Or
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, I get you.
Yeah.
Cool. We're almost at the 40-minute mark.
There we go.
I think a chat about creativity would go that long.
Well, I'm not surprised, to be honest. You want to add anything into the end? Because I'm done.
I don't think so. It's like I think if you're someone who's got any sort of creative desire in you,
music can be acting, can be art. It doesn't have to be anything special.
Yeah, and don't just start. Don't worry. Don't learn the rules, but don't get too caught up in them. I've made the mistake of getting too caught up in the rules, and it's stunted a lot of my musical creativity.
I'm talking about creativity, not actual the law. Just want to make it clear.
What?
It's not actually the real. I'm saying keep that in the creativity bubble, not breaking rules is good.
Oh, yeah, but within creativity.
Within creativity. We're not saying go out and create mayhem and then you're blaming us for it.
No, breaking rules creatively within your within your art.
Whatever art you do,
Yeah, and it's art is art. It doesn't matter what you do. It's gonna be dance, sculpture, poetry, songwriting,
painting,
photography, composing. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
Filming, whatever. Yeah.
And there are principles that make your art better that have been that are proven. Okay, but there's nothing in the books to say that you have to stay within.
That sometimes makes somebody stand out from everybody else.
Is when you break.
And that's why we have some really good composers and really good actors, really good artists across the board, because they've done something different to the other 50 people, and that makes them stand out.
Exactly.
Or it could have flopped the first time, but they get back on and then they try something different.
Yeah, and you as a creative person, it's very intimidating to look at Instagram, to look at YouTube, and you look at these people and they're just incredible. But
I don't.
But none of the lucky you.
Unless you're talking to people on the screen, because I don't go near that shit. Because most of it is filters.
And the thing is...
filters and a lot of issues with Daddy.
Yes. But we're talking about the creative people who make amazing stuff.
Okay. Sorry.
Not the OnlyFans girls.
No, just in general. Most of this... We actually had this chat recently.
Yeah.
Most of that stuff on social media is just...
Yeah.
Especially Instagram and TikToks.
But remember, no one else is you. What was
that's deep.
One of the best quotes I ever heard. Be yourself, because everyone else is taken. So
I also heard another one. Be yourself and don't. Was it? Be yourself. Do not be a carbon copy of somebody else.
Exactly.
Because everyone wants to be like. I want to be like you. It takes some stuff that helps you creatively, but you can't be me. You only be a carbon copy of me.
Yeah. So
be yourself.
So and your thing, that's your style. Don't try and don't copy. Look at people for inspiration, definitely,
for sure,
but don't try to be the next Hans Zimmer if you're a composer. How are you gonna score Interstellar or whatever? So
don't know if you're gonna get. Unfortunately, there are just some people that we're just not going to get close to. No, really, but you can take from. I think the final thing for me, and you already said it. I was watching a YouTuber, the vlogger, and one of the questions was, what do I need to do, before I vlog, how do I become a good vlogger? And she said something that was that she was never told, that she wished she had been told, was just start.
Just start. That's it.
Pick up that paintbrush, pick up that camera, pick up that, those. Whatever you do artistically, just start.
Yeah.
I mean, I know with my starting, I'm not going to get the best shots for a while.
No.
I'm not going to make the best documentary on my first one. I think it'll be okay, but I need to just start. I can't go, well, when I'm ready, when I prep, when I've watched 5,000 videos and stuff, I'm never going to start.
Yeah, you can get caught up in that. So
yes, so it's good to have like an awareness of what's out there, but you just got to start, even if it sucks. It's okay, because at least you can get better from that.
You start and you do the freaking
work. On that note, rein in the dog.
Like, comment, subscribe, and share. This has been a good.
This seat has been damn sore. My butt. I'm fine now. So someone needs to come up with a creative idea how to make this chair not so sore. It's normally okay, but this time my butt hasn't been happy.
Cool, guys. We shall catch you all in the next one.
Thank you, guys. Goodbye.
Bye.
And subscribe, please.
Yes.
And stop playing games. Just subscribe and stay on there.
Cheers. Bye.